congratulations to you both on the great performances in this film, The Lifeguard. In this movie, halfway through, I realized that all the characters in this film seems like they're really lost, either the adults or the teenagers, and they're trying to find a way, you know, to get somewhere. And your character in this film, Kristen, I mean, she leaves a successful career to return home and trying to find herself. And at what point do you think that she decided to do that, and why did she do that?
I think she decides to move home right before her 30th birthday because her life is not as she pictured it. Mm-hmm. I think she had ideas about how things would be when she was 30, mm-hmm. and life doesn't make sense to her. And I think that a lot of the characters in the movie are feeling lost because they're not clear on where they should actually be in life, because mm-hmm. there's so many choices, so many options. It's not as clear cut of like, well, now you have a baby, and now you mm-hmm. get married, and now you have a career, and it's everybody sort of jumbled, and life isn't making sense to a lot of the characters, so they're all kind of in transitional periods.
I mean, and you look at her friend's character, her friends, which is the character you portray. I mean, she's pretty much has her career, her goals set, but yet she's not really happy either. She's also lost herself. So like for people who plan, okay, I'll get married at the age of 30, I'll have a kid 31, you know, I'll buy a house at age 29. Like you plan everything, but yet it doesn't mean that you are truly happy, which the character you portray in this film. So to me, it's like you can plan all you want, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna turn out the way you want, right?
Yeah. I think that everyone's kind of staring down that gauntlet of growing up, and you know, it's all about how you navigate that. And even if you do think that everything is progressing as planned and as you intended, mm-hmm. you can still just, you know, stop short suddenly and be completely bewildered.
But your character, is she lost because she is unhappy with her husband, or she's not ready to be a mother, or she just look at her friend's life and she's like, you know, I wish I'm single, I have this freedom so I can smoke weed and, you know, drink every now and then.
I think it's all those things,
mm-hmm.
you know. I think it was just more of a struggle. I don't think that she's necessarily not ready to be a mother, but she's not taking that decision lightly either. You know, not just because that's what you do. You know, you take for granted that that's the kind of plausible next step. You get married, you have a kid, but I think that she was really struggling with what it would mean for her to actually bring another life into the world.
Kristen, did you think that your character, when she returns home, was it a successful return home trip in her eyes?
I think it was extremely successful because she came to conclusions by the time she left. She came in frantic and chaotic and mm-hmm. excited and lost, and she left having made some choices, because mm-hmm. I think that's kind of where she was coming from. Life didn't make sense to her, and she was confused as to why it didn't make sense because she thought certain things would have happened to her. So coming home and decidedly acting like she's going to be a teenager for the summer allowed her to realize that she wasn't, and finally accept that she wasn't. Like mm-hmm. she was able to sort of
learn something from that.
Yeah, right? She was able to bury this idea of, I'm okay with not being a child anymore.
Mm-hmm. And you both have some intimate scenes in the film. Was it challenging to shot those scenes in the movie?
They're always challenging when you're intimate with a stranger, and that's mm-hmm. part of your job, because it's not, there's a lot of discussion and a lot of unromantic discussion that goes into the choreography of such scenes.
For me, it was also, I mean, for you it was very awkward because he was very young.
Yes.
But he was 18, right?
He was 18.
Okay,
yes.
good.
I'm not in trouble.
Right.
For me, it was awkward because the guy playing my husband is Josh Harto, is our director's husband. So that was kind of funny.
Well, you both did a great job. Thank you so much.